Greetings from Blue Ridge, Texas, home of the Tigers. In today's video, we're going to explore their tiny but beautiful downtown. Go see what we can find in regards to maybe some churches, some schools, maybe even a cemetery that I saw on the way into town, and get us a bite to eat. There seems to be a plethora of restaurants in this small town. So let's start this vlog. So I know absolutely nothing about Blue Ridge except for the fact that it's in Collin County. Now between Frisco and Allen, I've lived in Collin County for nearly 20 years before moving just a few years ago, but it's my first time here. I love the fact that Collin County can still have small towns like this. So let's go ahead and explore together. Now I'm starting on the south side of their downtown. When I get to the end here, we'll do a quick 360. This is possibly a store? The sign says Texas Data. I don't know why they have this here, but I'll have to look that up. Not much commerce on this side, but as I'm going to show you here in just a moment, the north side, there's plenty of it. Looks like they're working on this building here. The wood smells fresh. But around the corner, we're going to see some awesome murals that I saw on the way in here. Looks like this was done in August of 25. So this is exactly 20 years old. The making of this video. Here we got some gentlemen playing dominoes. If you didn't hear that, we have some gentlemen playing dominoes here. And something we never see anymore, a payphone. This whole thing is designed to look like a telephone booth. Then here, it's like a kid and his dog taking a nap. The sidewalk below is still hanging on. It's on its last legs, but it's still here. Looks like another kid also enjoying time with his dog, but this one's having lunch. He's got his lunch pail here. And then my favorite is the Coca-Cola sign. Now, this one is obviously newer, but still cool at the same time. So yeah, looks like this whole wall is dedicated to relaxation. You got the old man playing dominoes, kid napping with his dog, another kid having lunch. This kid here is fishing with his dog. Here, another kid and his dog drinking a Coca-Cola. And while this man may look like he's in jail, he's not. He's the bank teller giving you money and a Coke. I'd like to be his friend. This is pretty neat. All right, now for the downtown 360, I promise you guys. We're coming back around the corner here from the gentleman playing dominoes. There we got a convenience store and cafe over there. If we scroll through here, we got Creating Roots, City Hall. Can't see the full sign, looks like a Tex-Mex restaurant, Cattleman's Cafe. And then on the far west end side, Blue Ridge Resource Center. So back on the northeast side, we have Creating Roots, nice little mural they put on the wall there. Looking online, this looks like a nice little restaurant. It looks like lunch and breakfast, comfort food, a little bit of pasta, some salads. This place looks pretty good. So if it were open, this would have definitely been in consideration. of one of the places I try for you guys. Actually, it looks like they do dinner as well. Hours here show 11 to 8. I'm here on a Sunday, so they are closed. Understandable. Running a restaurant is hard. You need some time to rest. Right next door is Blue Ridge City Hall. Looks like they've done a good job of restoring some of this. I like it. Make the old somewhat new, but most importantly, usable. All right, so we're just a couple of steps into downtown. We have one restaurant. Now we're coming up on a second one. Looks like it's Los Churritos. Is that how you say that? A Tex-Mex restaurant. So restaurant number 2. They are open tonight until 9 p.m. So I may have to look at their menu. They may be a place I go to over the next restaurant we're about to see, which is Cattleman's Cafe. Now my family, we vacation in Red River, New Mexico. And this building of Cattleman's looks like something we would see in New Mexico. But it's a cool building. Looks like they have riding clubs come in here as well. Motorcycle parked out front. If you saw my Westminster video, it was it's just up the road from here, and it's a big spot for motorcycles. So it looks like Cattleman's is as well, and there's a little sign here that I'll let you guys pause if you want to read. I love this water tower. It's definitely been here for a few years. Got the nice painting of the Blue Ridge Tigers on there. Looks like we have the volunteer fire department. And then of course here, the Blue Ridge Resource Center. This is a growing town like so many here in North Texas. Growth hasn't taken over just yet, but coming in, and I'll show you guys here shortly, it's coming. Behind the Blue Ridge Resource Center is a playground and pavilion. Pretty nice playground. It's a Sunday afternoon. Temperature is about 80 degrees. Kind of curious why there aren't any kids out here playing, because this would be a perfect time for that. Good news is I get to show you guys the playground, because there were kids out here. I definitely wouldn't be filming. Okay, so I am just northeast of downtown. And as we saw in downtown, there was 3 restaurants. There was Nick's across the street. Then on the way over here, I saw a taco shop and a donut shop. This red building right over here is actually the donut shop. But next to that is this food truck park. So we got a truck here. Again, this is a Sunday, so not many people are open. As we circle back around here, we have a coffee shop, and it looks like a little dessert shop. I could definitely use some coffee, so we're gonna go ahead and check that out here. But for a town of what Google says is 1,200 people, it's a well-fed town. So there's a lot of restaurants here. But here we got the Poppy Bean. Nice little setup here for a food truck coffee joint. And like I said, Sunday, so they're closed on Mondays, but they're here today. Check out their menu. My wife and daughter would be going crazy here. I'm more of just a regular coffee guy, but I think today I want to try something sweet. I got my drink. So like I said, I'm usually just a black coffee kind of guy. Sometimes I like something sweet with some vanilla. Let's get a seat here and give it a try. Before I sit down, I just want to take a look at this view right outside the seating area here. Very well kept, very beautiful. Nice and peaceful. Overcast. Again, this is summer of 25. Texas has had the one of the coolest summers I've ever experienced. The fact that I have coffee in hand outside on August 31st is mind-blowing to me as a native Texan. Let's try the coffee. That's pretty good, not overly hot, so I can drink it right away. Nice sweetness with the cream and the vanilla syrup. It's pretty good. All right, let's go explore some more here in town. Make a quick stop here in this cemetery because it's so beautiful how it's up here on a hill. Can't show too much. There's families behind me visiting loved ones. I don't want to give them their privacy, but the view from up here is absolutely amazing. There's a headstone here with a pair of cowboy boots on top. This is one of the most peaceful cemeteries I've been to despite the road noise. This is pretty cool. But behind me, where the families are the schools. So let's go take a look at those. Here is Blue Ridge Elementary School. This is a pretty big building. Looks very new. Ton of space. And it's right across the street from the Blue Ridge High School. I'm sure that makes drop-off pretty hectic, but nice for parents who don't have to go to multiple schools. But earlier in the video, I told you guys I had never been to Blue Ridge, and I'm starting to rethink that. And let me tell you why. Because right across the street from the school systems is this rodeo arena. Now, I was never into rodeo, but my aunt and uncle and cousin definitely were. They took my cousin around Texas and Oklahoma and probably even beyond roping. And I'm pretty sure I saw him rope here one time. I would go up to their home in Ivanhoe, Texas and spend the week with them, my grandparents in Ector. And sometimes it coincided with a rodeo. And this arena looks super familiar. Granted, that was over 30 years ago, so memory may be off a little bit. But let me tell you exactly why I have distinct memories. What I'm pretty sure is this place, and it's because of these bathrooms here. They just simply say cowboys and cowgirls. Now this would probably had to be 93, 94. I'm sure it's still the same today. Is right inside those restrooms is just a trough. Every dude here peeing at a trough filled with ice cubes. And that was weird for a couple of reasons. One, I don't think I'd ever seen that before. Two, it was fun to pee on the ice. And three, as a 7th grade boy, peeing in front of grown men, that was a bit intimidating as well. But I am going to say I am 98% sure this is the place, one of many, that my Uncle Dennis and Aunt Kathy took me to. I mean, this is straight out the 40s and 50s when this was probably built. All right, let's go look at the high school and the other facilities. All right, so there's our rodeo arena. And we are in the parking lot of Blue Ridge Elementary School. Already showed you guys the back end, but here's the front. This is just an amazing school for such a small town. And then directly across the street, we have Blue Ridge High School. It's the gym entrance, and of course, band hall and fine arts. And then straight ahead as we drive here, Looks like we have a softball facility to the right, tennis courts to the left, and the football stadium straight ahead. Let's creep up there and check that out. Now this is an awesome stadium. Not overly big, not too small. Something the town can be proud of. Nice turf field. And it's a good gathering place on Friday nights. I lived in Allen, Texas for 13 years, and their stadium is probably the nicest in the country for high school football. But man, it didn't feel like high school football. These kind of stadiums here, this is what Friday Night Lights are all about. So it is football season. If you guys would like for me to go find a small town and film the Friday Night Light experience for you guys, let me know in the comments below. I think that would actually make for a pretty fun video. So this town shows to have about 1,200 people. I'm sure it's probably closer to 2,000 now. They do have a grocery store, which is nice. I live in a town with over 10,000 people and we don't have one. So like I said earlier, this town is well fed, because even at the very corner there, they have a restaurant called the Twisted Pickle, which has burgers and pizza. All right, let's go ahead and cruise back into town and see if we can find an old church, maybe some older homes. So I found South Church Street, but the church doesn't look like it's actually active any longer. You know, I did a quick run through town to see what I might be interested in filming. And it seems like a lot of these churches around here are new, which is great because that means there's growth in the congregation and they can go to a newer building without all the maintenance costs of the older ones. You hate to see them sit abandoned like this, but sometimes you just gotta move forward. So this is really the only older church that I've been able to find. It's the Church of Christ. I'm on the back side. On the front side, they're doing some festivities, so I don't want to bother them. But yeah, that's really all that I've seen. As for older houses, kind of the same deal. There are a few out here, but it seems like most houses here have been built after 1950. I don't know if there was a major fire or people just decided to start over. But when you normally see big Victorian style houses in older towns, you're just not seeing that here. You're seeing stuff like this one here. While it's still a nice sized house, it's not the big older ones that you're used to seeing. I would venture to say this street has the most older houses so far. Maybe I'm just missing it. Could be. I'm just a visitor here. So like I said earlier, growth is coming to this small town. And what looks like farmland is slowly becoming a neighborhood. Tons of empty lots here being developed. And why I'm filming this in August of 2025, no doubt in August of 2026, there's going to be homes here. I am cruising down Cotton Gin. If you're watching this in the future and your home happens to be in this neighborhood and it's built, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Hopefully this video is up by the time your home is built. It should be. As I was coming back into town, to have dinner at the Cattleman Cafe, passed by the fire station and saw this mural. It's like a farming family, son down there hanging out by the fence. Farmers get a nice drink of water. Every mural has a dog in it. I like that. Little girl tugging at her, probably her mom's dress. Son on the tractor. Just a nice farm scene. And again, this one here also looks like it was done in 2005, so 20 years old, but in great shape. All right, we're back on the downtown square. Let's go get something to eat at the Cattleman Cafe. Okay, so the ladies behind the counter were gracious enough to let me film around the restaurant for you guys here. It is 3:30 on a Sunday afternoon. Lunch crowd is over. They're trying to reset and get ready for dinner. They are open until 8 p.m. It's a nice little dark restaurant here. I like this a lot. Check out this rodeo action here. I'm curious if that was the arena we saw earlier in the video. This is a cool spot. I cannot wait to dig in. Look at this pie case. Man, when I was little, couldn't get me to eat sugar. Now that I'm an adult and shouldn't be eating it, that's all I want. Okay, so the restaurant is very dark, but I have to sit in front of a window so you guys can see the food on screen. Lights my face up though. So the menu was pretty expansive. They had a lot of home cooking and of course cheeseburgers. I could not decide between their chicken fried steak, which is what they're known for, as well as their ribeye, because there's an $18.99 ribeye. You can't pass that up, especially with 3 sides. I asked the waitress what she thought, and she said I should go for the ribeye. So we went ahead and ordered one of those. I'm excited. So the steak comes with 3 sides and a salad. I had the choice between house or Caesar. Today I was feeling my house salad with some ranch. So let's go ahead and dig into that. So the salad is pretty basic. You have lettuce, you have carrots, you have some red cabbage, and of course ranch. Simplicity is my favorite, honestly. Not much you can say about a house salad other than what the dressing tastes like. The ranch is very good. A little runny, but has the flavor of, say, like a Wingstop ranch. I like it. So that salad was nice and refreshing, but my main meal is here. I got the ribeye, I got mashed potatoes, brown gravy on the side, and a side of yellow watermelon. I'm loving watermelon this summer. Haven't had yellow in probably 10 years. So I'm excited to dig into that, and honestly, that's what I'm going into first. It's always good to let your steak rest anyway, but check this out. Nice, yellow, chopped. That is a good watermelon. I'm gonna have one more bite, then I'm gonna save the rest of it for dessert. Next up, the homemade mashed potatoes. Look at the steam on that. I'm gonna burn my mouth for you guys. That takes me back to my grandmother Bowers. She passed away in 1992, maybe 93, but man, these potatoes taste just like what she used to make. That's so cool. It's funny how smells and flavors can do that to you. This is my grandma right here. All right, I hate doing this, but it comes with gravy. So we're gonna try a little bit of the brown gravy. I prefer brown over cream gravy these days. That's a solid gravy, but these potatoes, they're good on their own. So now it's time for the steak. If I had to guess, the steak is maybe 10 ounces. It's a good sized steak. Nice piece right off the spinalis. Don't know if you guys can see on camera. Perfect medium rare. This is a good steak. Not overly seasoned. They let the meat speak for itself. Very juicy. This is a good meal. Now, a lot of people don't like ribeye because they think it's too fatty. It's kind of the point. I wouldn't say this is a prime. It's probably just a select grade ribeye, but it's good, tender, not a lot of fat. This is a tasty steak. That last bite was a big one. We're going even bigger because we're going to dip this in our mashed potatoes. Look at that steam. Now they did offer a steak sauce. The steak doesn't need it, but I am going to try that gravy. It's there. Why not? While it's very true that a good steak doesn't need a sauce or a gravy, doesn't mean it doesn't taste good in one. That was really good. I almost forgot about the garlic toast this comes with. Give that a shot. Delicious as well. Okay, that steak was incredible. I've been fortunate enough to go to the best steakhouses in Dallas. Will this compare? No. But for $18.99, I don't think I've ever been happier with a steak at a restaurant. That is amazing. I don't know how they can charge just $18.99 for that steak, the sides, the salad. I am extremely happy with my purchase here today. Now, I would love to go back there and get one of those pies, but full disclosure, I ate all of that steak. So I'm pretty full. I want to be good. Just eat the rest of this watermelon for my dessert. It's gonna be hard to walk out of here. So I am absolutely stuffed. I need to learn to start filming the food review at the beginning so I can walk it off for the rest of the video, because man, I am full. That was worth every single penny. Now the pricing is as of August of 2025. So if you're seeing this in the future and it gone up a little bit, understandable, because honestly, I cannot think of a better deal that I've had going out to eat in over 2 years. This was such a great deal for what I got. I love this place. I'll definitely be bringing back my wife and my daughter to try the chicken fried steak. I think they would absolutely love it. Kind of want to bring my dad too. I think he'd get a kick out of the mashed potatoes and hopefully remind him of his mom like it reminded me of my grandmother. That alone made this trip worth it. So if you're from Blue Ridge and there's anything that I missed, let me know in the comments below. I live about 25 minutes from here, and I'm sure I'll be back at some point in time to eat here at Cattleman's, and I'll go check it out and post it on Instagram. I thank you so much for watching to the very end. I absolutely love making these videos, and they're so much more fun when you're watching them. All right, until the next video, y'all have a great week. Bye.